Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to OAS Hub. So today I will try to give some concepts of political science IR, and it's one of the most happening topics all over the world, no, all over the India. Sorry. So political science is chosen by UPSC and OPSC optional papers. Students. Why it has been chosen? Obviously, we have discussed in the last class. So today I will take you to the world of political science, and international relations part, so that you can have some basics funda of this topics. Obviously, I will take some 2 to 3 sessions. So in the first sessions, I will take some concept. In the second session, I will take some another concept. In the third session, I will take some PYQ. And we know we have starting out a series on 12th of Jan. Okay? So I will start the true concepts. Okay? So political science and international relations. Okay? So this name suggests political science. So my first questions will come to you. What is political? Okay? What is political? So I can say political. It's a set of rules, set of ideas to govern a body. Political means set of rule to govern. We need some system, right, to govern a particular territory. And how we will govern? There will be some procedures. Okay? So it's like political. Matlab, there is some system. I will talk about the system also. There is some system. There are some procedures, and how we will rule, how we will govern. That is called political, right? So if you go to the ancient system, obviously, I will tell some of the concept why how this system evolved. Okay? So you have studied about this Stone Age, right? Stone Age kono amaro Paleolithic age, Mesolithic age, Neolithic age. आमे जानिछु मेसोलिथिक एंड नियोलिथिक एज रे मझिरे ही हमरो कोन क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम स्टार्ट हे जतला. सपोज देयर इज अ गाय कॉल्ड ए, है ना? ए अछि, है ना? ए मतलब obviously as the humans evolve na, so we need to take care of what? Our food, our needs like B, है ना? And I am talking about this 5 to 6,000 years back, right? So एठी कौन कर लियो? Suppose A is there and B is there. So obviously it's we are evolving, right? आमे देखलु plant अछि, plant की seed पड़ीगला, अरे यार crop हे गला, right? So we are धीरे धीरे evolving. So what A did is he did some cropping, है ना? I am talking about lithic age, not present age. This is B, है ना? B did some cropping, right? तापरे सी देखो जी A करछि, B करछि, and some other guy called C, है ना? C came. So C देखो कि obviously there is no rules. Okay? C तरह किसी crop बनेला, ये भी किसी crop बनेला. देखला बेलको C आसी करी आंको crop को नहीं गला. But at the same time we don't have any what? Sense of right, sense of liberty, sense of property. Obviously A जदि जाबो, if we think about from our sense, A कौन भावियो? A जो cropping area टा सेटा मो property, B भी तो भावियो ना मो property. But C आसला कोट कम C आसी करी आंको property अपन जो cropping टा अछि से चोरी नहीं गला. So there is no sense of right, है ना? तो ए जिनसरे कौन होची गोटे chaos कौन होची? We are finding a chaos rule. ठीक है जी? माने there is no set of rules. Everybody is harming others in some other way. ठीक होची? तो obviously कौन कहबो? आर property पळेला, आर भी property पळेला. Next time C जतला आसीबो ना, this guy, this A and B can harm the C. काहेकि obviously किसी rules नहीं. जेहेतु एटा चोरटा, they might harm them. तो C पाखरे कौन आसीबो? Right to life रा खतरा पळे आसीबो, right? Right to life रा खतरा पळे आसीबो. तो this life is some kind of brutish chaos, है ना? तो ए life टा obviously it is not sustainable, right? तो सेते पाई तो it is believed that so ए हेगला बी हेगला एमी सारा बहुत सारा लोक अच्छा सी डी ई तो दे फॉर्म ए सिस्टम कौन ए बी सी डी ऑल फॉर्म्ड ए सिस्टम एंड फॉर्म ए कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है ना कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कहीं कार राइट टू लाइफ प्रॉब्लम अच्छी कार प्रॉपर्टी प्रॉब्लम अच्छी बुझीपार देन ऑब्वियसली if they are forming a contract na so they will make these rules applicable in this contract mane kono there is some set of governed body will make sure that right to life right to property is ensured hai na as well as liberty and the liberty word come from the word libre right so emane kon kale they formed a social contract and they are कौन कहते they are giving some types of work to some people कहीं जदि एमाने भी social contract form करचंती ना so there will be laws है ना and से law को तो किए तो देखिबो ना law को execute भी तो किए करिवो ताको तापरे जदि law ठीक से execute हेच नाही ताको कि adjudicate भी करिवो ना so एठी कोन आसिला laws तापरे execute करया पे authority आसिला तापरे ताको adjudicate करया पे कोन आसिला this system court system so this is the way the things are getting evolved right mu just coach taki you can understand how because the previous lives were what chaotic brutish hai na there were no system to govern them buji parcho seti pai we are having set of ideas and eta kon kondi it is called a society buji parcho society ro loko asikri emane social contract form korchandi and in society ro matlab kon अछि मतलब you are interdependent on each other it's a group है ना it's a group which are interdependent on each other right obviously in this world we are interdependent on each other this board this camera this pen obviously someone has made it and we have paid it and say through kon hochi gote interdependent form hochi obviously I can't say that I can build my house of my own I can build my cycles no I can't do that I can build my motor vehicle no I can't do that because I am dependent on someone and they are also dependent on us because we are paying them right so this how the systems are getting evolved right tapare okay so let me rub this no so I am saying that we got the system है ना we understand what is political जोड़ा कहली कि this set of rules माने कौन से जो rules जोड़ा कहली जोड़ा law हेगला executive हेगला adjudicate आसीगला ताकू ही कौन the constitution that's the bigger part is the constitution and how to कथा कुछ we might have heard about political system right political system what is system have you heard about respiratory systems lungs achi oxygen achi veins achi they are doing some predetermined work है ना lungs purify the air है ना that is predetermined work एडी कोन political system this is also predetermined work काहे की law अछि law को execute करे पे अछंती तापरे क्यों sorry law को बने पे लोक अछंती तापरे executive how this will be implemented this is also in the system and judiciary so this whole process is adjusted in a system and that is governing us law को किए बनेबो ताको execute करिवो and judiciary को दी जन को देखिया पे this is called system and this is a predetermined one obviously I will take as a joke Modi है तो मुमकिन है मतलब Modi is not doing all of the work Modi is doing the law work even he is doing executive work but at the same time judiciary is different right judiciary is having a checks and balance on both of them so the works are works are distinguished and classified not classified are separated so that is called system have you heard about this sarkar unki hai but system to hamara hai na so when you capture this system then you can get your own results obviously that is not good for a democracy hai na democracy should be that this all three organs should be separated ବୁଝି ପାରୁଛ that is called system ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଥା କହୁଛି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଥା I will tell you do you think this we are talking about this political system, right? Political science, right? Yeah, political science, political science. Why the name science came into political, right? Science kon achi, science means we can do some predictions, good empirical, we are doing calculations, we are doing empirical values, putting values and getting some results. Science, like there is what, law of gravitation, kon achi, G is equal to m1 m2 by r square, right? Obviously all these laws are given by the Newton and its co kainki amar eti dekhuchu jette r बढ़िबो gravitation is coming, gravitation is weakening, right? jette r बढ़िबो sette gravitation कमी jibo. This is used everywhere, this application is used everywhere, that is why it is called physics, बुझी पाछो, and physics is a part of science. तो एटी कोन अछि predetermined, कोन कहछन्ते predetermined rules है ना. So this is called science, actually called biological science अछि, तापर हमरा zoological science अछि, सब जिंस अछि which is predetermined. Can you tell me why science is there in political? That's also a big question. Why science is added in political, right? I will tell you. Suppose you think that we are not living in a democracy, we are living on the ages of Raja and Maharaja, right? See, Jodi, if we are living in the medieval time re, we are living, okay? So what we expect, that time exploitation happen, exploitation, amara kichi rights nahi, only duties, ठीक अछि. Don't you think if there is more duties and only less rights, can't you think we will rebel? I'm just simply, it is a simple question. Don't you think we will rebel? This is what happening. Aristotle जो थिला, Aristotle, obviously I'm just talking, Aristotle देथिला theory of revolution, है ना? Theory of revolution. कौन देथिला? If you exploit the humans, they will tend to rebel. And almost this is also like a theory, it's also like a science, है ना? मु गोटे छोटा एक्सपेक्ट रे कहूछ. Then justice कथा कहूछ, justice है ना? This justice word is modified by many thinkers, है ना? Like हमारा Hobbes हेगला, Immanuel Kant हेगला, they all have given their paribhashas on their justice, है ना? आज जो हम जो justice देखुचु, it's all their hard work. से माने theory of justice देइचंती, सेति पई it has been culminated, assimilated in our system. Our system कोन सब अमेरिका रे भी justice अछि, UK रे भी तांकर भी justice system अछि. So it is all been culminated. ये जो ideas अछि, they have thought about this idea, they wrote about this idea. This is in our constitution. मतलब केमिति justice दवा पड़ी, distributive justice. Obviously, we'll learn in the later part. I'm just telling. So, you know. So let me come to this part. When if we are getting exploited, okay, we will rebel. That's happened in Arab Springs. That is there in theory of revolutions of Aristotle. So in this way, I can say that this is science, which is related to the political. Okay. आ गोटे कथा कहो, आकु कौन करंदी, आकु कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट भी करछन, काहे कि देखो डेमोक्रेसी है ना, डेमोक्रेसी ब्रिंग स्टेबिलिटी, है ना, स्टेबिलिटी. मु कौन कहूँ, साइंस इज ऑल अबाउट व्हाट, साइंस इज ऑल अबाउट व्हाट, प्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी. किंतु आमे देखो डेमोक्रेसी रे कोन स्टेबिलिटी आसे, किंतु किछि किछि डेमोक्रेसी रे अनस्टेबल भी हे जाए, अनस्टेबल भी हेगला. कैन अफगानिस्तान डेमोक्रेसी आसला, अरब स्प्रिंग्स रो डेमोक्रेसी आसला? नो. सो एटी अनप्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी भी अछि एटी, जेमति साइंस रे प्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी अछि, political science have unpredictability plus predictability hoichi. So many of the political scientists contradict that this is not a science, but at the same time many thinkers say that this also is science. So obviously, so it's all about, all depend. Kahinki UAE Dubai re jo monarchy achi, that same monarchy is not there in England. Monarchy is just a head, right? Amar kon monarchy chalibon, ame jodi koibu monarchy dokar, no, we can't, we are a democracy. So this predictability it कौन होची डिफर कर जाउछ, सेते में बहुत सारा साइंटिस्ट कहते कि ना इट्स नॉट अ पॉलिटिकल साइंस, ठीक है. So this is how the concept got evolved. ठीक अछि तापर I will come. तो I have to make it मतलब जल्दी जल्दी मतलब कहया को पड़ियो because we have lots of concepts to discuss. ठीक है. तो what about this international relations है ना. international relations कौन कौन थे है ना. इंटरनेशनल ऑब्वियसली बेसिक्स कौन नेशन आउ नेशन भितर जो रिलेशंस अच्छी ताकू इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस कौन से इंडिया एंड अफगानिस्तान नॉट अफगानिस्तान ऑब्वियसली इंडिया अफगानिस्तान इंडिया श्रीलंका इंडिया चाइना आकु लेजिटिमेट किए दियंती माने गवर्नमेंट जहाँ पाखे गवर्नमेंट अच्छे मतलब सेठी सेट ऑफ एरियास अच्छी से पाखे एरियास अच्छी तार पॉपुलेशन अच्छी है ना पॉपुलेशन अच्छी तांकर लॉस अच्छी लॉ एंड मोर इंपोर्टेंटली सॉवेरेनिटी नथिले ना यू कांट बी ए नेशन से गवर्नमेंट को से लेजिटिमेसी मिलिबनी ऑब्वियसली बीजेपी पाखे मतलब कौन अच्छी तांकर पाखे मेजोरिटी अच्छी एनडीए कथा कहूँ and they formed a government. ठीक अछि. So my another question will be obviously if India and China is inking some MOU, then that is called international MOU, right? मु को भी कहि भी suppose Amnesty International and Indian government है ना. They signed an MOU. Can we call it an international system? Amnesty International and Indian government, they signed an MOU. Can we call it an international system? Just think of it. है ना? Just pause the video and think of it. Obviously, it is no. Kahinki? Amnesty International and Indian government both are different entities. Here we go for another term called globalized term. बुझी पार आकु कोन ग्लोबलाइजेशन देखो जेतोले सी दिस इज गवर्नमेंट माने गोटे नेशन रे गवर्नमेंट इज देयर टू रूल तापरे कोन अछि कंपनीज अछि है ना एनजीओ अछि देयर आर मेनी फैक्टर्स है ना एनजीओ अछि आ बहुत सारे गवर्नमेंट अछि कंपनीज एंड एनजीओस अछि एंड कंपनीज ताको सेतोल कोइ पारे जेतोल से कंपनीटा तांको इंडिया माने कंट्री रे रजिस्टर्ड थबो company law through registered thabo then we can say it's a globalized company right because obviously अलगा देश जदी ए सपोज इंडियन रे गोटे कंपनी संग जदी कोलैब करिवो ना से देखिबे कि ए कंपनी रजिस्टर्ड अछि ना नाही रजिस्टर्ड थिले नै करबा आ गोटे कथा कहूछ this is government this company is NGO you might have heard about state actors even terrorist भी कौन terrorist right these are part of a nation बुझी पाछो state actors आ गोटे है non state actors state actors को government is known as the state actors companies हेगला NGO हेगला terrorist हेगला these are called as non state actors काहेकि companies under a country तांको पाखरे लोको अछि तांको पाखरे कोन अछि territory अछि but do you think they are sovereign? This NGO is sovereign because these terrorists are sovereign. No, they are bound by the rules which is produced, which are adjudicated, which are executed, which are formulated by the government. So government here is the state actor and these companies NGO terrorists are non-state actors. कहते ना जेतोला पाकिस्तान जेतोला इंडिया रो हमला कर देला 26/11 they started saying that Ajmal Kasab is a non-state actor, right? Terrorist. So a जो word use करी non-state actor when they use such words ना they decided to what पल्ला झाड़ी दियंती. This is a technical term which is used in international. Obviously you have heard about this. ठीक है. So this is how we can go for another year है ना. So है ना. So I hope मोटामोटी clear है जाता है. Obviously this is not an orientation class, so I'm just explaining you the concept so that you can understand what is happening in political science and IR. ठीक है. तापर I will go about this ideology है ना. While studying this political science ना you should know what is ideology. Without ideology your studies are useless. Okay, ideology है ना, आइडियोलॉजी रे कौन कौन आस परिबो, कम्युनिज्म है ना, कम्युनिज्म आस परिबो हमर कम्युनिज्म, फैसिज्म, तापर एवं टेररिज्म, सोशलिज्म, सोशलिज्म बुझी पारछो, लिबरलिज्म बुझी पारछो, these are ideologies है ना, these are ideologies. One common thing is that ism, what is this, कौन कौन हिंदी रे कौन होते आतंकवाद, this वाद, आतंकवाद, साम्राज्यवाद है ना, पूंजीवाद. This ism is what, set of ideologies having a common objective. बुझी पारछो, common objective. Communism, fascism, terrorism, socialism, liberalism, they have their common objective. Communism रो objective अछि, fascism रो objective अछि, terrorism रो objective अछि, socialism है, liberalism, they have this common objective. बुझी पारछो, तांको से common objective achieve करिया पड़िबो, and they have their set of rules how they can achieve their objective. So this is we need to know है ना. So in a broader details I will take the example of this communism है ना, तुम communism कथा को पढ़े, you देखो communism is a very ancient idea है ना. तो actually कौन है जी, communism idea got famous because of Marx है ना, because तार जो set of rules थिला, तार जो ideas थिला, it was well structured बुझी पारछो, तार ideas was well structured. But तुम जदि ancient को जीवो ना, you might have heard about Plato, Robert Owens है ना, semani communism को follow, I mean they have given this idea of communism, how it should be done. Marx तो गोटे माने he was like he wanted a revolution by using such ideas and he gave structured points बुझी पारछो, but actually actually Plato through, right. If you want to know about the Plato, right, जदि तुम Plato विषय जानिबो ना, he is called the father of political philosophy. He is called the father of political philosophy. जदि why Plato is called father of political philosophy, because he followed the idea of Socrates. Kahinki? And Socrates is known as the father of philosophy. तापरे प्लेटो को किए फॉलो करला, अरस्तु जो होता अरिस्टोटले, and he is known as the father of political science. All are connected बुझी पारछो. तापरे एटा अरिस्टोटले अछि, आकु किए फॉलो करला, अलेक्जेंडर है ना, अलेक्जेंडर को फॉलो करला कौन, अब heard about the war between Porus, OPSC prelims भी क्वेश्चन पड़ता, मैंगो एंड स्टील ऊपर कंफ्यूजन थिला, दैट्स एक्चुअली स्टील, ठीक है. तो अलेक्जेंडर ऊपर पड़ता, ओके. ही फॉलोड अरिस्टोटले फॉलोड प्लेटो, Plato's guru is Socrates, and you might have heard some questions like everything about Plato is all about Socratic. Yeah, whatever you read about Plato, that is Socratic. UPSC OPSC एमते क्वेश्चंस दियंती, राइट. तो ए जिनसडा हमर एक्चुअली अछि, ठीक अछि. तो if you want to understand the communism है ना, communism जतल तमे अंडरस्टैंड करिवो ना, you need to obviously communism मतलब कौन, common ownership है ना, common ownership. but ये जो communism जो idea आसला ना, तार भी history अछि. if you know about liberalism है ना, I will come to the communism, but we should know about liberalism first. कहीं देखो, this is medieval है ना, एटा कौन, modern है ना. लिबरलिज्म माने कौन लिबर्टी है ना having the freedom and say liberalism सकाशे communism आछे okay I will tell how it has been actually created okay medieval time रे actually कौन देखौचे medieval time actually कौन होचे we know about medieval time रे कौन humans men don't have rights okay सेतल कौन थिला जो god थिला ना god he was at the center god was at the center and rule के करथिला king used to rule है ना king used to rule and तक support के करथिला church support करथिला church रो जे clergy अछंती clergy है ना okay clergy used to support the king so that he can rule काहे कि देखो ए टाइम रे कोन होतला एक्सप्लॉयटेशन होतला है ना एक्चुअली कोन हैला जेतले एक्सप्लॉयटेशन होतला ना then people used to start questioning the church instead of king काहे कि चर्च ही किंग को कोन लेजिटिमेसी देछि and king को लेजिटिमेसी के देछि गॉड and सेटा कहिछि के चर्च कोन कहछि God has sent this king to rule you ठीक अछि आ जेतले एक्सप्लॉयटेशन से होतला ना चर्च कोन कहबो if it is you are getting exploited then it is something happening for good then you might be purified हे जिवो या even crucified है ना तमे पाप करछो सेति पई तम संगे पेन आछी एक्सप्लॉयटेशन आछी एंड सेति पई राजा एक्सप्लॉइट करछी सेति पई obviously you have to endure the pain यदि तमे पेन एंड्योर करदबो then you will get purified you will get crucified है ना this is used to happen in the medieval time but as we go जेतले हमें ट्रांजिशन करछु कोन मॉडर्न एरा को ट्रांजिशन करछु obviously जेतले आर्ट फॉर्म रे ट्रांजिशन होतला देन थिंकिंग फॉर्म रे ट्रांजिशंस होतला बुझि पाछो सेतले कोन बुझि जेतले थिंकर्स आसले ना जेतले नुवा ना मॉडर्न थिंकर्स आसले बोला क्या बकवास है यार मतलब गॉड हैज सेंट दिस किंग मतलब दिस इज एक्चुअली नॉट पॉसिबल मतलब थिंकर्स स्टार्टेड क्वेश्चनिंग ओके यू माइट हर्ड अबाउट द गैलीलियो राइट गैलीलियो मतलब was ordered to Galileo was ordered to go to the prison for around मतलब life imprisonment है कहीं Galileo was the first one to give heliocentric theory देथला सेतले in 16th century heliocentric theory he questioned the church से चर्च को क्वेश्चन करला चर्च कोन कहथला हमर जो अर्थ अछि अर्थ चारिपटे सन बुलुथला that is geocentric Galileo कौन बोला it is heliocentric earth is revolving around the sun he then questioned the church then church order him what जाओ तमे कारावास को जाओ सेमिति कोन ला मोर साइंटिफिक डिस्कवरी हे गेला बुझि पाछो तमे माने जो लोको मतलब कहतला कि आई एम गेटिंग इल तो चर्च कोन कहतला you might have done some papo then you have to endure the pain तापर कोन डिस्कवरीज हला मेडिसिन्स रो डिस्कवरी हला मेडिसिन डिस्कवरी हला then people start eating then they are getting cured मतलब एठी कोन थले एठी ट्रुथ थिला एठी जो ट्रुथ थिला मेडिवल टाइम रे इट वाज गॉड एठी जो ट्रुथ आसिला इट वाज साइंस जदि साइंस रे जदि ट्रुथ आछी ना तो हमरो तो मॉडर्न टाइम्स रे कोन हबो सेंटर की आसीबो ह्यूमंस आसीबो सेंटर ह्यूमंस आसीबो काहे कि जदि if I can make medicines if I can make theories if I can bring scientific revolutions then I can develop critical reasoning right critical reasoning मो पाखे critical reasoning अछि and this is not given by any king or god this is given by the nature यदि मते नेचर यदि मते क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग करे पे से थिंकिंग रा क्षमता दोची then who the hell is king to rule us बुझि परछो that's how it was started getting evolved जदि एटी क्रिटिकल रीजन तो ना then it was supposed to be believed that people came बहुत सारा लोग को आछंती है ना people came they formed a contract and assigned to the king कहले कि king now you have to rule according to this contract not that you are the son of god या तमे ही god अछ god तुम पठी छ no now you have to rule according to this contract now power shift code होछ where is the power shifted to the people है ना आगुर कोन थिला let me now केम कहबी तुमको exploitations. Now this was exploitations है ना एडी पावर थिला है ना आगुरी कोन पावर सकासे एक्सप्लोइटेशंस होतला एबे कोन आसिला रीजनिंग आसिकला लोकन को पाकर रीजनिंग अछि है ना रीजनिंग अछि तो एक्सप्लोइटेशंस आपे आपे कमिबो बुझि पारछो कमिबो ए जो अनलिमिटेड पावरटा कमी जिवो बुझि पारछो that is why this revolution started happening है ना so in this way I can say that from the medieval to modern era we saw the society got changing okay society have evolved a lot ठीक अछि तो ए जिनसडा मैं चाहूथलु कि तमे केमि जानो हैला तो एठी कोन हैला लेजिटिमेसी इश्यू आसला लेजिटिमेसी अगर कोन थिला God used to get the मतलब king used to get legitimized by the god now it is legitimacy के दबो people will legitimize the king आमा सगास तो अच्छु then you have to rule according to set of rules like this social contract obviously constitution you have to rule you have to start ruling like which is prescribed in the book समझ रहे हो so this is used to happen है ना okay तापर okay now I will talk about this Socrates na Socrates actually Socrates कथा एथि पय कहबार थिला हमर जो पॉलिटिकल साइंस ना पॉलिटिकल साइंस रो ओरिजिन कोडे छ मेडिटेरियन सी पाखरे जो मेडिटेरियन सी अछि ना दिस इज एथि जो यूरोप अछि ना एठू एक्चुअली वेस्टर्न पॉलिटिकल थॉट रा जन्म हेतला सेठू ही पॉलिटिकल साइंस असला एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द मतलब तार फादर की कोई परिबी फिलोसफी को ताको मु सॉक्रेट जहा सब थ्योरी देतला ना इट गॉट्स कल्मिनेटेड इनटू पॉलिटिकल साइंस ऑब्वियसली एरिस्टोटल ताको पूरा आगु नहीं गला बट आई कैन से दैट यूरोप पार्ट ना सेट एक्चुअली कोन बहुत सारा थ्योरीज फिलोसफी इवॉल्व होतला सेति पे आई कैन से वेस्टर्न पॉलिटिकल थॉट इज द ओरिजिन ऑफ पॉलिटिकल साइंस obviously at the same time Indian political thought hotla and we have connections between WBT and IPT because spiritualism what a connection tha hai na even Socrates thought about spiritualism kain ki Socrates used to follow idealism theek ache so I can say that political science got originated from the Greeks या western कोई परिबी above the Mediterranean region है ना Mediterranean region जो वो होची सेट origin आस्तला ठीक अछि so actually देखो Socrates was initially what he was a stone mason अरे मूर्तिकारक है ना से एक्चुअली मूर्ति बनौले ओके ग्रीक गॉड रे मूर्ति बनौले परे से he assumed the role of teacher ठीक अछि you might have heard about this oracle कथा सुनथबो oracle जेमिति हमरो देवदासी सिस्टम थाय ना so there are many adolescent girls used to work in the church है ना they are been called as oracle काहेकि से माने जहाँ भी कहते ना truth सेडा ही सत्य से भी जहाँ कहते सेडा ही वचनी शासन जो oracle थिले they told that Socrates you are the wisest man मतलब you are the wisest man समझ रहे हो you are the wisest man and we know Socrates आपको differ कर लगाएंगे humans can't be the wisest man है ना I am not a god but wisest man how dele if you are saying that I am the wisest man and if I am accepting that I am the wisest man then I am actually ignorant बुझी पारछो if then I am ignorant एमिति नाही कि every man is मतलब एमिति नाही कि I can think that I am right every time है ना if I think that I am right every time then I am ignorant Socrates used to think that so oracle total कहले that you are the wisest man in the planet so he refuted by this no I am not I am a human being how can I be an wisest man so सेति में कहला the not concept so actually देखो जेतो हमें even a PM CM ये जे भी होछ ना तो nobody can think that he is the wisest man है ना he is also कोन ता ऊपर भी ऑब्जेक्शंस आछे तो एक्चुअली मोस्ट कॉन्फ्लिक्ट जेतो होय ना truth versus truth आउ false भी अछि ना actually the conflict code हुए बेसी हुए the conflict बेसी truth versus truth हुए है ना, truth versus false हुए नहीं. If I think I am right and he is thinking he is right, then the conflict happens. Socrates कौन कहला, I have to think on his perspective. यदि मु ता perspective रू think करिबी, then I can reduce my ignorance. Obviously I can't reduce my all ignorance, whole ignorance, but I can reduce somewhat of my ignorance. ठीक अछि. So Socrates used to think in other way, है ना, तार टिके one step ahead थिला. I mean he was way ahead of its time, right? So actually what about Socrates is that Socrates, देखो, I am talking about this Athens ना, right now, code अच्छी, yeah, मु Socrates कथा कहबी, है ना. Socrates used to live in Socrates used to live in Athens, है ना, Athens. After assuming the role of teacher, he wanted to develop critical reasoning, है ना, critical reasoning among the students, right? Critical reasoning, है ना. किंतु we know से टाइम रे एथेन्स रे आउ गोटे सिस्टम चलता सोफिस्ट एजुकेशन चलता. ओके, एंड आपको कहते एजुकेशन ऑफ एलाइट्स कहीं कहते दे ओनली टीच हाउ टू गेट प्लेजर, money, and all the pleasure, money, then all the other facilities. Okay, their only intention is to make student how to earn pleasure, money, then power, है ना, power. These are the education used to provided by the sophist. But at the same time Socrates कौन provide करता, critical reasoning, है ना. If they are something teaching na, you have to counter question. Without countering you can't develop critical reasoning. Then it's like आंख मूंद के गुलामी करना. Sophist was teaching this kind of methodology. I mean how to earn pleasure, how to earn money, how to earn power. Okay, so what I can say that sorry, सेतल कौन है जो आमरो. So we have two types of education, right? Socrates रो अलग education, sophist रो अलग education. सेतल कौन है एथेन्स रे गोटे वॉर चलला, एथेन्स वर्सेस स्पार्टा, एथेन्स वर्सेस स्पार्टा, and it is happening where 400 BC, before Christ रो 400 साल पहले, है ना. एंड ए जो वॉर रे स्पार्टा डिफीटेड एथेन्स बुरी तरह, मतलब बुरी तरह. पर सोक्रेट कौन कहला, द बर्थ कॉज ऑफ डिफीट इज प्लेजर, पावर, मनी. बुझी पारछ, these are the causes why Athens got defeated. and एटा ए वैल्यूज के इंपार्ट करथला सोफिस्ट. कहीं एथेन्स जो आसिले वॉर को आसिले, दे ब्राइब द ब्यूरोक्रेट्स ऑफ स्पार्टा, एंड स्पार्टार ब्यूरोक्रेट्स कौन पढ़ते ए जिनस तो पढ़ते ना, दिस प्लेजर, पावर एंड मनी. तो कहले कि तुम ऑब्वियसली यू आर रोलिंग इन सम स्मॉल लैंड, जो आम जीति जीवु. सो दे ब्राइब्ड तुमको बड़ लैंड दे देबू. एंड तुम जानिछ व्हेन द ब्यूरोक्रेट्स, व्हेन द सोल्जर्स गेट करप्टेड ना, से नेशन रो किछि भला हे परिबो कि, द नेशन विल बी स्पायरलिंग डाउनवर्ड्स, द ट्रैजेक्टरी पळेबो. दैट इज व्हाई स्पार्टा बीट एथेन्स. and Socrates was saying this is because of sophist education सकासे हम हारिछु, राइट. सेते पई सेतरो कोन थिला एथेन्स रा एक्चुअली कोन डायरेक्ट डेमोक्रेसी थिला. ठीक अछि, डायरेक्ट डेमोक्रेसी. ओके, सो मेनी ऑफ द ब्यूरोक्रेट्स यूज्ड टू थिंक, माने सेमान तांको डिसीजन नहीं पारिबे. तो सॉक्रेट्स वाज कॉल्ड टू द, माने कोन तांको जो लॉ कोर्ट को तांको डकरा गला. देन सॉक्रेट्स वाज फाउंड गिल्टी. कहीं कि he was trying to develop critical reasoning. right? He was trying to develop critical reasoning, that's why he was found guilty. So ये तो direct democracy अच्छी, तो they told them to give him what? Capital punishment, not punishment, some poison drink कराया होता, लेकिन से टाइम रे कौन से ग्रीक mythology रे फेस्टिवल आसला. So this जो punishment था, it was got delayed, but at the same time Socrates was highly a critical thinker. So तार जो शिष्य अछन सेठी करो प्लेटो अच्छे है ना. Plato did something that हमें तुम देखो, this Athens doesn't deserve you, you should get out of this country. तो Athens कौन कहला, Plato कौन कहला, आमे सब बंदोबस्त कर देचे, you go for an exile, जितला आमे रूल करिबु, you can come back. But at the same time जो Socrates थिला, see they have given me मतलब they have given my choice of explanation. मु जहाँ कौन कोइची, I have said them. कहेंगे why I wanted to develop critical reasoning, Socrates has said them why. But at the same time his मतलब तार जो डिफेंस थिला से मैंने मान लेनी. So he was ordered to drink poison. सेते पाई that was a law also, है ना, law. According to Athens law, he was ordered to drink poison because of direct democracy. And आउ गोटे कथा, जेतरा प्लाटो कहला कि मु समझ बंदोबस्त कर देजी, you can go, तमे देश छाड़ी पळाय पई, सेतरा कोन हला जानछो, सॉक्रेट कोन कहला, see we are governed by law, है ना. जदि मु law break करछि ना, it can create instability. Do you know do you think instability is good for a nation? No. So Socrates कौन कहला, no, I don't want creating instability because I am not above the law. बुझी पारछो, law र concept बुझी पार, I am not above the law, law is above than me. So even though I know I am right, but still I can't go against the law. सेते में कौन, he drank the poison का प्याला and he died. So obviously Plato developed that hate towards this education system. तापरे हमरो बहुत इतना तांको तापर तांको theory of education भी आसिला, जोटा कि we will discuss in the next session, है ना. So I hope I'm giving a small concept because I have only 1 hour of time, so मते finish भी करिवार थिला. Okay, so we will discuss the ideologies, है ना. लिबरलिज्म केमती आसिला, तापरे हमरो सोशलिज्म केमती आसिला. लिबरलिज्म रे बहुत सारा अच्छे, न्यू लिबरलिज्म, क्लासिकल लिबरलिज्म, मॉडर्न लिबरलिज्म, एंड सेटा को नेकी बेस करी क्वेश्चंस भी पचारते, लास्ट टाइम भी पचारथिला. सो ऑल दिस आइडियाज वी विल लर्न. आई कहेंगे लिबरलिज्म जदि आमे सोशल टर्म्स से पढछु ना, आई हैव टू कनेक्ट विथ इकोनॉमिक टर्म्स आल्सो. बुझी पाछो, एडम स्मिथ, लीग ऑफ नेशंस, ऑल दैट आई हैव टू कनेक्ट दैट सो दैट यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द जिस्ट. ओके, सो आई विल वाइंड अप द सेशन, है ना. So thank you.